Jay. We back at it, man. It's been a minute. Been a minute.
Yeah, man. Listen, sometimes that wine needs to sit in that cellar a little bit and let it marinate a little bit, man. You know what I'm saying? You can't rush everything.
That's real. That's real. Jay, let me tell you something. Can you smell it in the air? Can you smell it? Jay, can you smell it in the air?
Hey, man, why that long of a pause, man?
I just think about what I want to say.
The dramatic pause?
The dramatic pause. Can you smell it in the air, Jay?
Football?
No, it ain't football, baby.
Yeah.
It's time for them balls to start bouncing. Pause.
Man,
it's time. No diddy.
Man, hey, man, chill out, bro. What?
It's basketball season, Jay.
It's basketball season, man. Yeah. Hey, man. God, dog.
It's basketball season. I mean, NBA started last week, but the meat of the college basketball season starts tomorrow.
Yes, sir.
And high school basketball, for the most part, in the state.
Listen, first off, shout out to Ray Tucker. You know, I re-upped, did my third year contract. I'll be with the voice of the UALR Trojans.
Good deal.
Color commentator. They were Ray Tucker. So yeah, our first game is tomorrow, man. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Well, congratulations. You say so the first game is tomorrow.
First game tomorrow against Baptist.
Like I said, I knew I smelled it in there.
Yeah, we've had a couple scrimmages, closed scrimmages.
Okay.
Where you get a chance to come up and watch the team play. Get to know some people, man. Unfortunately, I had some tough news with KK.
I heard about that.
Yeah, man. Yeah, that's tough, man. That's tough. But listen, great kid. We can't do them but pray. Pray for him.
Pray for the family. Pray for him.
Pray for him.
Speedy recovery.
Yeah, man. But he was. Last time I talked to him, was in good spirits.
Good deal.
You fine. But back to the show.
Man, it's that time, Jay.
Yeah.
Again, like I say, college basketball starts tomorrow. High school basketball. I mean, for the smaller schools that don't play football, they've probably been playing a few weeks. But our, 4A, 5A, 6A will start this week probably.
Gotcha.
We'll start this week. So in honor of that, I felt like we probably should get together and come up with our preseason team. What do you think about that?
JayNReg preseason basketball team. First team, second team, third team. We had to put an honorable mention, because we still got to walk in these Little Rock streets, right?
That's real.
We still got to walk in these Little Rock streets. Honorable mention, and then also underclassmen team.
So do you want to add a disclaimer? Because again, we came up with what
no disclaimers. It is what it is. No, what's the disclaimer?
I mean, the disclaimer is that, this was a very, very difficult process. We did, like I said, we did first team, second team, third team. We did an honorable mention, and we came up with an underclassman team.
Yep.
And it was a very, very tough task. When we were talking back and forth, pre-production, on how we're going to put these teams together, it was a very, very tough task.
Now let's be clear now. I don't know your list. And you don't know mine.
I don't know your list.
So yeah, we talked about the order of what's communicated, but not in terms of who's on the list. Because I know he don't know basketball like that. So he's gonna have some stuff on there where it's gonna look crazy. So, but hey, he got to walk these Little Rock streets.
Well, one thing I pride myself on doing. Anybody that's gonna be on my list, I've seen them in person. And I've seen them in person many a time.
That's real.
You get what I'm saying?
That's real. That's real.
I mean, a lot of times people will put their rankings out based upon some stuff that they done heard or some stuff that somebody done told them, so forth and so on. Anybody that's going to make my list is going to be somebody that I've seen personally.
Yeah.
Whether I refereed that game, whether I was in the stand, so forth and so on, and probably have seen them play 4 years.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? And enjoyed their maturation process.
So what happened to that kid that you hadn't seen play, but he's the best player in Northwest Arkansas? You know what I'm saying? So how does that person get to a point to where he's on your list?
That's a very, very good question. Again, can't say I've seen every kid in the state. Mm-hmm. What I tried to do is look at the majority of the kids I have seen, and a few people that I may have not seen as much.
Yeah.
But I know that they're talented. Made a few phone calls.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Text a few people.
Oh, so this somebody else's list. You got a ghostwriter.
No.
You got a ghostwriter?
No. Who I may ask about a kid.
You got a ghostwriter.
I may ask about a kid, but I got a couple kids that on my list that are sleepers that are probably not household names.
Yeah.
But are bona fide players.
Yeah.
And they just may play at a smaller school, so forth and so on.
No doubt. Shout out to them. And then also too, respect, man. You know, we talked about. You know, I'm on record of saying I think this 2023,
you have said that
2027 class is some of the best talent in Arkansas history. You know, I stand by that of being, you know, some of the best talent. I'm not gonna say they're head and shoulders, but like it's right now, I'm looking at some of the seniors and the juniors, and then you look at some of the freshmen and sophomores. We got some hitters.
We got some hitters.
Freshmen and sophomores that won't make the list because the senior and junior classes are so heavy.
And we do have a couple of kids that are playing prep that won't make the list. That you know what I'm saying, would definitely be on the list if they weren't playing prep.
Shout out to Aiden Chronister. He would definitely be on my list.
Yep.
Shout out to
Bruce Moore.
Shout out to not Bruce Moore, Luke Moore.
Luke Moore. I'm sorry.
Man, put the drink
I do that
down.
every time.
Put the drink down.
Luke Moore.
Shout out to Luke Moore. Shout out to Jacob Lanier. You know, they would all definitely be on my list. But yeah, go ahead, Reg. It's on you, brother.
So let's start with our third team, Jay. Like I said, after some research, what we decided, we'll say this. Let's put this disclaimer out there. What we decided is we decided to do 6 players per team.
Yep.
A lot of times you'll see teams that'll be 5 players per team.
Yep.
But that's a testament to the amount of talent that's in the state.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So we decided to do 6 players per team, and I'm gonna start with my third team. I'm gonna start with a kid by the name of DJ Hudson from Springdale.
Don't be looking at me to see what I think. Go ahead.
Springdale.
Yep.
Jordan Harris from Maumelle. Kid that I really, really like. Marley from Springdale Harbor was a 2027 kid.
Marmar.
2027 kid last year that just really, really showed some stuff, and he's really, really, I'm pretty sure gonna really do some things this year.
Yep.
Sleeper kid that doesn't get a lot of publicity, but is really just another one of those kids that come out of a program of what I call a basketball factory, and that's CJ Larry at Jonesboro.
I like CJ.
About 6'4" guard, grimy, get after it.
So he's on your third team?
He's on my third team.
All right, go ahead.
CJ Larry on my third team. Marcus Britt Jr. from Forest City.
Yeah, what up, Britt?
Dad was a Razorback. I'm a really good, gritty player. Played for his dad at Forest City. And my 6th player is a sleeper player that's a 2-time state champion that I think people forget about, that has been a catalyst on those 2-time state champions, and that's Darion Grayton from Pine Bluff.
Yes, sir.
The big from Pine Bluff. Yeah. I've seen this kid since he was running with the Rising Stars and Coach Barnett and so forth and so on.
Coach Barnett and the Rising Stars.
And he's really, really, like I say, he's been an intricate part of that team. There's been some other guys that probably have gotten all of the limelight with that bunch.
Yeah.
But if you really go back and you look at their playoff runs and their championship games and that sort of thing, he was right in the middle of making winning plays and making stuff happen at the end of the game. So that's my third team. Like I said, DJ Hudson, Jordan Harris, Marley, CJ Larry, Marcus Britt, and Darion Gray.
Respect to some of that.
Talk to me.
Respect to some of that.
Talk to me. I did some research, Jay.
You ain't too far off.
Okay.
You ain't too far off. You right there. You right there. But hearing that being your third team.
Okay.
And it's only 2 more teams.
It's only 2 more teams.
You got some explaining to do.
I got some catching up to do, don't I?
Explaining to do, Josie.
Okay.
So listen. So my third team, and shout out to all these young men. Of course, man, everybody ain't gonna make the list, you know. But you know, this is just my preference. These are the kids that I've seen that I think has the potential to be high level players, to be D2, D1 players, and possibly even if things go in their direction to make a couple dollars playing this game of basketball.
Right.
But my third team, let's start with a sophomore.
Okay.
Sophomore, Jamal Holden out of Conway. Jamal Holden Jr. out of Conway. Really nice player. Got a chance to. He actually got invited to the Wooten camp out in Vegas.
Okay.
Got a chance to spend some time with him there.
He about 6'8"?
About 6'7".
6'7",
yeah,
6'8".
6'7". But
Dad was about damn near 7 feet.
Nah, Dad is actually 6'10".
Okay.
Jamal Holden. Fun fact, man, I coached Jamal over at UALR for a couple years. Gutter is what we called it. Gutter. What up, Gutter? You know what I'm saying? So, really good kid, man. Plays really, really hard. But that's the first guy in my third team.
Okay. Third team. Okay.
Ladero Robinson, Marion High School. 6'6", 6'7", Pogo Stick.
Yes.
You talk about sleepers. This kid's name I don't hear enough of. And, I believe you me, I've been watching him for the last 4 years.
Right.
And I'm pretty sure that once he continues to keep growing and his game keeps developing, he'll be a high major player.
Right.
It's Tristan Yankee. And
yes.
Forgive me if I pronounce his name wrong.
Yes.
Last name. I've always had issues with that. But Tristan, y'all know Tristan's about 6'9", maybe 6'12" with that hair. That hair of his.
Yeah. Little Rock Hall.
Pogo Stick, developing his game, man. I really like.
Really good finisher.
I love his grit, his tenacity. I love his attitude on the floor.
Right.
So Tristan. My next guy, third team, Anthony Hester.
Okay.
Over at Little Rock Mills. Don't be writing stuff down.
I'm writing this down now.
I told you. I'm
writing this down. I'm not writing it down because.
And like I told him, with that being the third team, you're gonna have a hard time with these top two teams.
I'm not writing it down because they didn't make my list.
Anthony Hester. That's my fourth guy on the third team. My fifth guy, and these are in no order. I'm just calling my names. Right. R.J. Young.
Yes.
Out of Bryant.
Yes.
Glue guy, that is playing with some really high major guards, CB and Kellen Robinson.
Brian is loaded,
and he has to do some of the dirty work, right?
Mm-hmm.
But R.J. Young is another guy that's on my list that's I really like. And last player on my third team who just transferred into Springdale, right? Northwest Arkansas love Jackson Conley. He was at Springdale Harbor. Now he'll be at Springdale with Isaiah Seeley.
One of my favorite players.
DJ Hudson, right? Yeah, absolutely.
One of my favorite players.
Absolute dog. So that's my third team.
Nice third team.
Yeah, you know it is. It's now don't be trying to write stuff down.
Such a nice third team.
Yeah, okay.
I like it. I like it, Jay.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? You're going in the right direction.
I'm the direction.
You're going in the right direction.
Yeah, okay, I'm listening to you.
You're going in the right direction. So now we're going to go second team.
Yep.
You did your third team. I did my third team. I'm going to go my second team. And the reason why I like your third team is because a couple of the players that's on your third team are on my second team.
Okay, I got you. So that means it's going to be some people left out of your first team.
I'm just saying.
Evidently, you
a
missed
couple of
names.
people that was on your third team are on my second team.
Okay.
Again, I will say this here. Jackson Conley is on my second team.
Okay.
This is my second team.
All right.
Jackson Conley is on my second team. One of my favorite players.
Yeah.
Do it all guard.
Yeah.
Guard the best player. Guard the big. Guard the point guard. Get in the passing lanes.
Yeah.
Knock down the open three. Ultimate team player.
Get on the floor.
Yeah. That guy, Jackson Conley. Jamal Holden.
Okay.
I see a leap and bound in his maturation in his second season. Played as a freshman last year for Conway. Will get an opportunity this year, I think, to take that next step.
Yeah, that's right. I agree.
That, you know what I'm saying?
I agree.
To take that next step. So he's gonna make my second team. I got a sleeper guy that
ain't no room for no sleepers in the second team.
Well, ain't no more room. But
for
he's that good.
Okay.
This kid is that good.
Okay, I'm listening.
I got a sleeper guy that continues to get slept on in the state only because he plays for a small school.
Okay.
And his name is Amari Neal.
I
just gut punched him. I just gut punched him. I just gut punched him, and I knew I would. Yeah, because again,
that's tough.
This kid
certified
is a sleeper kid, and he's really a D1 talent.
Certified.
He just plays at Tuckerman. Nothing against Tuckerman.
Certified. Yeah.
Plays on the Under Armour circuit for the Texas Impact. Bona fide point guard, do it all, guard, hit the three, get downhill, anything you want to do. If Amari Neal was playing at North Little Rock, Central, Bryant, wherever, he would be a major college talent.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Amari Neal makes my second team. And it was very difficult for him not to make my first team, but he is on my second team.
I'm not going to disclose that. But shout out to Amari Neal. I had conversations with Dad. I know Dad's dealing with some health issues right now. Prayers to you, Dennis. Man, hopefully everything works out exactly like God plans on it to work. But man, that's one. That kid
Kid
there,
is tough.
That kid there is
Kid is tough.
He a monster.
Yes.
Yeah.
Kid is tough. He
I
just plays
I
at Tuckerman.
I like him.
He just plays at Tuckerman, but he's a major D1 talent, and he will lace it up for a D1 school.
I'm interested to hear, because that was a good pull. It's some people that are gonna get missed out on.
Yeah, we're gonna miss a couple.
Yeah, go
but
ahead.
But a kid like that,
go ahead.
But a kid like that, we can't miss on.
Yeah,
we're gonna miss on him because he's one of the best players in the state of Arkansas. He's one of the best players in the state of Arkansas. Ladaro Robinson, he was on your third team. I'd put him on my second team. Mm-hmm. Absolute rebounding machine, monster, putback guy, dunks everything, so forth and so on. Second team would be the catalyst on my second team. Would be a guy by the name of, they call him CB, Kamarian B.
Yeah, I call him Michael Jackson.
Yeah,
you know what that means. shout out to you, CB.
Absolute Genzu knife, does everything, guards the best, wants to take on the offensive challenge, wants to take on the defensive challenge, and might mess around, get you 6 or 7 rebounds.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. He is that guy. Come from good stock. His brother plays D1. Cam is his brother. Plays at Wisconsin. Played at UCA. So the pedigree is there. And again, this is another kid that's one of my favorite players. Absolute jumping jack by the name of Markalen Rochelle. Yeah. I can never stop watching this kid play. I just like to watch him play because he's a no nonsense kid that just goes out there and get it done. He jumps twice when you jump once. Yeah. He never really says anything. He just plays. Got to be an absolute awesome kid to coach. One of my favorite players, and that's my second team. Yeah. Markalen Rochelle, Kamarian B, Ladaro Robinson, Jackson Conley, Jamal Holden, and my guy Amari Neal. Talk to me, Jay.
Yeah, let me thing on Markalen, man. Had the pleasure of my son playing with him for 2 years. Man, absolutely beautiful kid, man. Works his ass off. Yep. Plays really, really hard. You know, a coach's dream.
Coach's dream.
A coach's dream, man. He ain't gonna say a whole lot. You know, he's a yes sir, no sir kid, and he busts his tail every day.
The coach that gets him, whether it be whatever level it is, that gets him is gonna get a special player because he's gonna his game is ahead of him. Yeah. His maturation and what he's gonna be. He's still developing. No, it's ahead of him.
I completely agree with that.
It's ahead of him.
And that phrase there is a lot. It's a lot more detailed than surface level. Yes. His ceiling is so high. Yes. His ceiling is high. Like he hadn't even touched some of the stuff that he could do. Yeah. Like he's
almost like a Corey Washington type deal. I would compare him to like Corey Washington was an under radar type of kid that just was a lunch pail type of kid, just come to work and do it. Yeah. But got to the next level, and he's doing it at a high level.
No, I respect. But I remember Corey, and he played with a lot of talent, and it takes a special player to play with a lot of talent. Yep. It takes a special player. Well, with Markalen, I think his ceiling is even higher.
I agree.
Because right now, like once he develops, you know, the ability to facilitate, once he develops, you know, those peripheral visions, those things that, and then his defense starts to catch up, right? And again, not saying that it isn't,
right?
But when you take those steps towards making it a primary thing,
it all comes together.
Oh my God, man! Yeah. Oh my God, and athleticism, and man, no, he has a bright future.
Yeah, I agree. That's my second team.
Team.
Top that.
See, so my teams aren't necessarily the teams you put on the floor. I'm just going with the talent, right? So and my third team had 3 or 4 fours on it, right? So it's not like you don't have any shooters on your second team. No, it's not like that. It's
right.
It's teams in terms of teams.
That's just how you rated them.
Of players, yeah. So, and you missed out on some guys, but it's gonna come out in the wash.
Okay, talk to me.
I'll admit that Amari Neal, I apologize. That's one of them ones that, I just missed out on that.
2025.
Yeah, he's a stud.
He's a stud.
Really good kid, man.
He's
really
a stud.
Good family. All right, mine. Mine starts with CB. It starts with CB. CB is really, he's underappreciated.
He really is.
You know, like, shit. You know, excuse my language, but he's underappreciated, man, with the stuff he does, man. I call him Michael Jackson, and so some people hear that and they like, what that mean? Well, I coached him when he was in the I think first grade.
Right.
Right. And my boys were my team was second grade, so he played with us for 2-3 years, something like that. But CB was the kid. He was the youngest, but you could tell he was a star. You know, and I look at Mike in terms of Jackson 5, youngest
That's
guy,
right.
star, blah blah blah.
He was definitely the star.
He was, you know, not in terms of he didn't have the most talent, but he had the most ability to figure thing out.
Right.
He was so mature in terms of communication level, in terms of the ability to grasp a situation.
Right.
When some guys
natural thing.
Yeah, when some guys were wired to just score it. You know, I put the ball in CB hand as a first grader, second grader. I know we're talking about babies, but he could deal with what I was talking about, deal with what was going on, but then also still be able to get other guys involved at the same time when some of our guys were just concerned about them going.
Me.
Yeah.
And listening to their parents.
Yeah. There you go.
Listening to their damn parents.
Shoot it.
Yeah, shoot it.
But nah, with CB, and that's been him from the jump. And so it takes a special player to be able to play with Kellen Robinson.
Yeah.
Over at Bryant. Right. Kellen is the absolute star.
Yeah.
But to be able to mesh and to mold and to do different
fits
things.
in wherever.
Fits in wherever. Man, I seen him play the 4.
Yeah.
He played the 3 and he played the 1. Yeah.
He guarded Boateng.
Yeah.
Guarded him.
Fun fact.
Yeah.
Before we signed up for AZ Compass.
Yeah.
That's
real.
Fun fact.
But
nah, but shout out.
Before the contracts went out.
Chill out. Ain't no contracts. But that was definitely a thought. So now CB, second team. CB, my next player on my second team is Jace Tillman.
Yes.
He's at Maumelle now.
Yes.
Right. Jace Tillman, big guard,
2025,
6'4". Big body, has a chance to be a football player if he wants to put on the pads.
Right.
But man, great kid. You know, plays his ass off, plays hard. Is really gonna do wonders for that Maumelle squad.
I agree. I love Jace's game.
Yeah.
Power guard.
Yeah. To say the least, power guard. Next guy, and I just knew you weren't gonna get him, but you did some research and you said him, so I'm cool with that. Darian out of Pine Bluff. Darian out of Pine Bluff.
You just thought I was gonna miss that one, did you?
Yeah, I just knew you were. I knew you were. But sleeper kid. Yeah. 6'6", 6'7" I hadn't seen him in about 6 months or so with the state tournament. But if you want to look inside of those back-to-back PB state championships, and you want to look under the hood, you know, we know Crutchfield was the guy.
Right.
We know other guys got a lot of the glitz and glamour. But man, he was there holding it down. Right. He's been holding it down since a freshman. Right. Over there at Pine Bluff. My next guy, second team, Markalen Rochelle.
Yeah.
You know, we spoke about him highly. You know, on the deal. Love his game. Love his upside. Love what he is going to be. Hopefully, as he continues to mature and get better.
Absolutely.
Looking forward to seeing what's going on with that Maumelle squad this year. My next guy. This is my fifth guy, DJ Hudson.
DJ Hudson.
Big out of Northwest Arkansas.
Transferred.
He's transferred over to Springdale.
A Springdale squad gonna be
transferred over to Springdale.
Tough.
Springdale has DJ Jackson and then Isaiah Seeley.
Yeah.
That's gonna be tough to deal with. That's gonna be tough to deal with, right? So
I got them pegged as my. I got them pegged. He's probably gonna win it.
That's another show, Ray.
Yeah, that's another show.
You can't get your stuff out just yet. And then my last guy on my second team, JayNReg Preseason second team, and I know you missed out on this kid.
Talk to me.
Harrison Pickett.
Okay.
Harrison
I like
Pickett
that.
Out of Benton.
I like that.
He's
definitely a glue guy.
Definitely another one of those guards that you know, is a big guard, plays hard. Just got that scholarship off the UAPB. It's going to really be good for Benton this year.
Oh yeah,
they have a chance.
They got a chance in that 6A and the 5A
with Burgess, with the young kid Spratt. You know, I hate to mention him before the
underclassman.
He's an underclassman, but the Elam Shelby is a nice player over there. Harrison Pickett, then they just had, like I said, just added the Anthony Spratt kid. But that's my second team. So CB, Jace Tillman, Darion Grayton, Markalen Rochelle, DJ Hudson, and Harrison Pickett.
So let me ask you this here.
Talk to
You
me.
said I missed or you missed. So did we both miss? Because you didn't have Amari Neal and I didn't have Harrison Pickett.
Yeah.
So we both missed.
We both missed. That's one. I take that one on the forward.
Okay.
I miss Amari Neal.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a win. That's a win.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. We ain't done yet.
All right. Talk to me.
We ain't done yet. Okay.
Where we going now?
We gonna go before we go to first team.
Yep.
We gonna go to honorable mention.
Yeah.
We want to talk about our honorable mention team because we want to make our first team where we go a little bit more in depth with each player, so forth and so on, and our reasoning by putting them on the first team. So we're gonna go to honorable mention. Now, my honorable mention, or do you want to go honorable mention first, or I go honorable mention? I'd rather go honorable mention because a couple of the players that you had on your first and second, your third and
don't start apologizing.
your third and second
don't
team,
don't start
I do have them as honorable mention.
Don't start. You had somebody that was on my second team on your honorable mention?
Yeah.
You gotta walk these little
I'm gonna start with Anthony Hester.
Okay.
I'm used to that. I'm used to all of that as a referee. Yeah. Anthony Hester is on my honorable mention. Lil Rock Mills, 6'6" combo forward.
Yeah.
Can knock down the three, get after it, can guard. One of those Raymond Cooper type players that's gonna get after it, play hard.
Shout out Coop, man.
Yeah.
Get well soon, my brother. We love you.
Absolutely. R.J. Young from Bryant makes my honorable mention team. Harrison Pickett from Benton makes my honorable mention team. It's right here on the paper, baby. It's right here on the paper.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? I did not miss Amari Neal. I did not miss Amari Neal. Harrison Pickett right here on the paper. Jace Tillman right here on the paper.
Honorable mention?
Honorable mention.
All right.
Okay. Another one of these glue guys that people, I think he falls under the radar because he's played on a couple teams where there may have been another kid on there that was an uber talented kid, so forth and so on. But he's one of my favorite players in the state, and his name is LeBron Christian.
Yep.
From Hot Springs.
Shout out Bron.
Transferred to Hot Springs from Lake Hamilton.
Yeah.
Hot Springs is going to have a pretty much loaded squad. They got a chance to do some things in their 5A. And another gentleman that falls under the radar, 6'6", 6'5", 6'6", swing player from Bologna by the name of Lane Turner. And if you hadn't seen Lane Turner play, probably need to see him play. Because he'll knock down a three, he'll block a shot, and you'll look up and he'll go baseline, and he done put one on your head.
Yes, sir.
Lane Turner. So that's my honorable mention.
Say him again.
Anthony Hester, R.J. Young, Harrison Pickett, Jace Tillman, LeBron Christian, Lane Turner.
Yeah. And no disrespect to your guys.
Talk to me.
But you missed out on some guys.
Okay.
And it's an absolute shame. But it is what it is, and I'm going to expose you.
He's going to expose me. He's going to try.
I'm going to expose you. So first off, my honorable mention, got to be my first guy honorable mention is Marcus Britt Jr.
Okay. He was on my third team. You do know that, right?
Really nice player. Hooper out in Fort City. City show no pity. Shout out to everybody in Fort City. That's one. My next guy he's back at Maumelle, Jordan Harris.
Okay.
How you miss Jordan Harris on at least being honorable mention, I don't understand that.
Jordan Harris was on my third team.
You didn't say Jordan Harris on your third team.
Jordan Harris is on my third team, sir.
You didn't say him third team.
Of course I did. Why would I not read my paper?
I don't know. You said Jamal Holden.
Jordan Harris is on my third team. Check the tape. We'll check the tape later.
Check the tape. We'll run it back. We'll run it back. I don't remember you saying Jordan Harris.
Jordan Harris is on my third team.
But I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, Jordan Harris on my third team.
So honorable mention Jordan Harris.
Gotcha.
My next guy, you mentioned Coach Cooper.
Yep.
Jody Bell over there.
Oh, wow.
Over there at Mills.
I like Jody.
Jody really turned it on last year as a junior. Had a chance to win the 4A. Ran into some tough competition in the state tournament. And really took some steps towards being.
Jody played for you, didn't
he? Yeah, earlier when they were young. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Who I got so far? I got Marcus Britt. I got Jordan Harris, Jody Bell.
Yep.
Another guy that I don't understand it.
That I missed?
Clay Blair out of Little Rock Central. State championship.
Love Clay Blair.
Made a big run with them. Had a lot to do with them winning the state championship. He has to be honorable mention.
I love Big Twin.
For for being having a major role in the 6A championship.
I don't put Big Twin before any of those players, but I love Big Twin's game. Absolutely.
Respect. But listen, you have to look at who they are, what they've done, and then also too what they have the potential to do.
Right.
That's where I think you missed out at. Like some of my guys, you look at some of the situations that they're in, right? Yep. And now I'm saying
his role's gonna change.
His role has changed.
Yeah.
Because
his role's
Luke's
gonna change.
Honor's gone, and he has a cast of young fellas that he has to lead. So he's got to do a lot of stuff. He has a lot of responsibility. So when you look up in terms of preseason, he's gonna put up big numbers this year, right?
I love Big Twin's game.
I'm gonna go with another one that you missed out on.
You think I missed?
I know you did. He's out of Sylvan Hills.
Okay.
Darius Folks. He's like CB to me.
Right.
CB is so undervalued in terms of what he can do nationally. Now, I don't know. I'm not saying that Darius is better than CB, but what I am saying is that he's being slept on.
Yeah, I agree.
Like he does a lot of stuff. He came in as a freshman and started for Sylvan Hills. As a freshman and started, put up numbers as a freshman. As his sophomore year came in and led a team that was low on talent, to be honest. They had some younger guys, J.J. Wise, that came in as freshmen, and they were respectful in the 5A. Right? Like, Darius has played well. I've seen him at multiple camps. I've seen him in multiple situations. They're out there pushing the buttons, just making sure that things are happening. I think this is going to be a year that he's going to take his game to the next level. Again, I'm looking at not just what you've done. I'm looking at what you have the potential to do this coming year.
Well, these guys on my list, I'm looking at what they done.
Yeah, what you've done and what you're going to do this year.
Okay.
And then my last one for honorable mention, he doesn't get enough credit.
Right. That's normally how honorable mention goes. They don't get enough credit.
Yeah. But my guy up in Northwest Arkansas that plays for he's not at Fayetteville. He's at
Farmington?
No. God dang, I can't believe I forgot. I'm sitting there looking at the jersey.
Alma?
But Jay Williams. Jay Williams up there in Bentonville.
Bentonville.
Yeah.
Big kid.
Yeah. No, he's not the big. He's a big
not
guard.
The big.
He's a
big
I got
guard.
you. He's a big guard. But Jay is a point guard. He's about 6'3", really, really heady point guard. But he also can do some box Chevy stuff, and I call that just getting
box Chevy stuff.
Getting to where you need to go.
Right.
No matter who in front of you, get to where you need to go. Mm-hmm. They have the luxury of having Coach Pennington.
Pennington's up there now
with them.
Yep.
And they have 6'8", I think it's Elijah Wilborn.
Yep.
They got some talent there. And again, I'm looking at what they have done and what they have potential to do. And I know Coach P is one of the best coaches in the state of Arkansas, and he's going to get a lot out of that kid, man. So that's my honorable mention.
I'm the first to admit, I told you, everybody that's on my list is going to be somebody that I've seen. I'm not really familiar with this kid, the kid from Bentonville.
Open your eyes.
Not necessarily saying he's not warranted to be on the list. I just hadn't put my eyes on.
Okay, good.
Just hadn't put my eyes on.
Cool.
Underclassmen, we want to do underclassmen next? Before we do first time? Before we do first team, I think we need to do underclassmen first.
Now let me give you this. I went on ahead and did 10 underclassmen.
You did 10 underclassmen?
Just making it a whole team.
So you cheat.
Making it a team.
You cheat. You tell me to do 6, and you do 10.
You go back and read your text message. It says do 10.
But I definitely didn't do 10.
No, go ahead.
I definitely didn't do 10. I did 6.
Gotcha.
Couple of people probably aren't necessarily on the radar because the masses hadn't seen them.
Yeah.
But if you saw them in the summer,
if
you saw them at maybe some camp type situations, and you're gonna know that it's gonna translate to some bigger things. One that is probably going, based upon me looking at some of the media days, Kevin Miller, Nigel and some of the other guys had the Big Miller media days. And one of the teams that were featured, the coach basically said, I'm going to give the keys to this young man as a freshman.
I already know what you're talking about.
Brian Cal Jr.
Yeah.
So when the coach, your high school coach, go to media days, bring you to media days as a freshman, and just basically say, you getting the keys, you got to be special. This young fella got a chance.
That's right.
So he's gonna definitely make my underclassmen team, 2028 kid, and he got some stuff in his game.
Yeah, no doubt.
He's got some stuff in his game. Another kid.
Great kid, too.
Great kid. Another kid, Brandon Wright at Little Rock Central. Played a little bit. Coach brought him up. Ross brought him up last year from the freshman team. So he played a little bit sparingly for the varsity last year. His role, kind of like what you said with Clay, with Big Twin, his role's going to change.
Yep.
With his role changing, people that may have not seen his ability and what he can do will get an opportunity this year because he'll have every opportunity to go out there and show what he can do.
Yep.
Ethan Polite.
Yep.
Ethan Polite at North Little Rock.
Juice.
Was at Maumelle Charter,
Yep.
but he's now at North Little Rock. Coach Claiborne, the system that they run, especially with those guards, the way he can shoot it, the way he can get downhill, that sort of thing, I got a feeling he's going to really do some special things. Another kid that's going to be at North Little Rock that's under the radar, but when I tell you, Jay, he has it, Elijah Bryant.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah. He has it.
Yeah.
Long, defensive minded. I didn't realize he can shoot it as well as he can shoot. And I just feel like he's just one of them kids that Claiborne, you ain't gonna have no choice but to play it. You're gonna have to play it. You know what I'm saying? So he's got a chance to really, really be special. Trajan Aline at Little Rock Central, and this kid right here, really, but the Trajan, long guard, can shoot it, get downhill, that sort of thing. Another one of those. Central has 2 or 3 kids that will get an opportunity because the roster has been somewhat depleted with the veterans. He'll get an opportunity to just go out there and do his thing. And last but not least, which is a kid that probably could have made our third team, second team, first team, and people just hadn't seen him yet. He has potential to be that next one. I think I might have said this on some shows before, that he has a potential to be the next one in the state.
Okay.
To take it to, you know what I'm saying, to that next level. And that's Anthony Spratt at Ben High School. Oozing with talent. Just oozing with that it factor, you know what I'm saying? Gonna be playing on a very, very talented Benton squad. I'm eager to see what his role is gonna be on that team. And that's my underclassman team. Ethan Polite, Trajan Aline, Brandon Wright, Elijah Bryant, Brian Cal, Anthony Spratt. I didn't do 10 because I didn't get the memo.
That's a good list.
Talk to me.
I'll say this. That's a great list, but I think you missed out on a couple.
I didn't do 10.
Yeah, that's easy to say when you get to 10.
I could have had 4 more.
Yeah. But, man, so let me say this. All 6 of yours are quality kids. Quality guys.
Absolutely.
That play their tail off. But it's a couple others that I think deserve to be on that list as well. I had to be Cal Jr. Brian Cal Jr. is one of my favorite young point guards in the state. Really humble kid, really works his tail off. Like that's not the sizzle. That's the meat and potatoes. He's gonna play his tail off. Ethan Polite, I've mentioned him on the show before. Juice is what I call him. Very, very humble kid.
Explain the Juice. Talk to me about that.
That's his nickname.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? He's one of those kids. I think B. Cal, Polite, and a couple more of these kids, once they go through this freshman year, well, and Ethan Polite has been through with Maumelle Charter, so he has some bumps and bruises that he's had to take, playing varsity basketball.
Right.
So my suggestion to those guys is develop a little bit more of a coarseness, a little bit more of a bite, you know what I'm saying? And that comes with just playing at the park, playing with older guys, you know what I'm saying?
Getting knocked around,
not being in such a cushy environment. So in some of these situations, they're going to have to. It's not going to be no running from it. I remember Jacob's first freshman year. It just is what it is. You know what I'm saying? I remember getting to a point where I was just settled in of, hey, man, it's going to be what it's going to be.
Right.
And we're going to figure out where you are, and then we're going to work from there. Come to find out, he's pretty good. You know what I'm saying? So these kids, I think the same.
Pretty good. He's a little bit better than pretty good, Jay.
Respect.
You try to be humble, man.
Respect.
Yeah.
So B. Cal, Ethan Polite, Brandon Wright is also on my list.
Okay.
Love him. Love that kid, man. He's another one of those ones. Once he develops a little bit more of a bite, man, he's gonna be tough.
He's gonna get every opportunity this year.
Yeah. JJ Wise over there at Sylvan Hills. man, has a strap, man.
I still hadn't figured out whether that's Chad Wise's son or not.
Can shoot
I need to
that
figure that one
basketball.
out.
I don't know all that, but man, can shoot the ball. The heady guard.
Dog.
Yeah, it plays really well, man. We played him last year, and I remember, we were in a game, and it was a tough game, and I remember like thinking, who was this kid, man?
Who was he?
Who was this little young kid? And I think he hit one of our kids with some kind of drove to the basket, stopped, did a dirt, pulled the knee up. I said, oh shit, he been working, right?
Yeah.
And just did my research on him, man. He's a player like him as on the underclassmen team. Anthony Spratt. I don't like to put the freshmen on here, but it's a couple freshmen that's like, they're gonna be good enough.
He got the it factor.
They're gonna be good enough.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not as quick to throw the it factor on people because he's going into a situation where it's senior laden.
Right.
Burgess, you got Harrison. You got
Elam,
you got a couple other guards. It's a couple of them I know their faces, but I can't think of their names right now. But they got some players. Right. Now here's the deal: how can you get in there and figure out what's your role, right? And so that's one of those things with guys that you get in these situations and you got to figure out. You got to get in there and fight. You know what I'm saying? You might not be the primary scorer, and so now can you still get your stuff off? Not being a primary scorer. And so I respect the kid. Love the kid. Love what Cal and Bryson Warren and all those guys have done with him. I think he played with Thad last year on the EYBL. Yeah. Got a chance to holler at him at a Peach Jam. Really love the kid.
6'5" maybe?
6'4", 6'5", something like that, but still has the ability to grow some more.
Right.
My thing is like going with that senior laden team. How do you fit in? And these years, and I don't care what anybody tells you, parents, these years are very, very important, man, in terms of development. You got to make sure you're with the right guys, right coaches, and develop your game. That's more of a personal thing for me. So we got Spratt. We got a kid named Kellen Cash. Okay. Out of Perry Grove. That's a name that you don't.
I didn't get 10. I didn't get a 10, and I'm gonna be the first to admit that I don't know who Kellen Cash is.
Man.
Please enlighten me.
Yeah, just have your eyes open this year, man. He's a player.
Okay.
He's in the 2027 class. Man, plays really, really hard. Has a lot of talent, man. You'll hear about him more.
He's a 10th grader.
Yeah. He's
2027.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
And
Kellen Cash.
Yeah. Jamal Holden, underclassmen team.
Okay.
Of course. We've talked about him already.
The only reason I put Jamal Holden on my underclassmen team is because he made my second team.
He on your second team?
He's made my second team.
Well, you high on him. That's good. I'm
high on him.
I like him too, man.
I'm high on him.
Yeah. Trey Aleem, man. I love Trey, man. We got a chance to get in the gym with Trey over the break, man. And I
like his spirit, man.
I love your grittiness.
Yeah, I like his spirit.
I love his fight.
Yeah.
Like, man, he was first to raise his hand. I got Jacob. I'm gonna step up.
You want to get after.
And man, I remember asking Jacob, at times, man, because we had a couple workouts. I was like, man, who you like in there? He's like, man, I like the Trey kid. And so you gotta respect Hooper's points of views and all that stuff. And so some of the stuff he's doing and trying, of course, he's gonna work at it because he got to get stronger. But man, he has a chance with all those guys leaving Central. Mm-hmm. Man, if it's played right, if the development is right, if his mind is right, man, he got a chance to be really, really good. Marmar Lee up there in Northwest Arkansas, man, with Cortland coming back, that's going to be a thing that he has to figure out. I thought this year would have been a year where he would be able to step up and take that alpha role, but I think he's going to be really, really good for Springdale Harbor.
I like Marley.
And then last but not least, KD Hicks. I could have put, in my opinion, KD on the honorable mention, even pushing the third team, and here's the reason why.
He plays some big minutes. I know what you're going to say. Go ahead.
With the role that he'll have this year, playing alongside of JJ, because JJ's going to deal with some stuff this year with the face guarding, with boxing one.
Right.
He's going to deal with a lot of that stuff, the gimmick defenses,
Right.
double teaming. You know, he's going to deal with a lot of stuff that Jake's had to deal with in the last couple of years.
Right.
That's going to allow other people to get their stuff off.
Yeah.
And KD is, I would say, he's probably the second best player. Not probably, he's the second best player.
Right.
He's going to have the ball in his hand a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So if he can play the game the right way, he can continue to get better, continue to get strong. I know he's up there working out with Jim at AFA, getting his body right. I've seen him up there a couple weeks ago working out, man. So shout out to that. He has a chance to be really good.
He played a nice. He played a really, really important and intricate role on the state championship team last year.
Fact, yeah.
So it would make sense that if he takes the next step, again, he's gonna have a lot more opportunities. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. Again, you make some great points. Yeah, you know, JJ's gonna face some gimmick defenses and some double teams and some weird stuff. You know what I'm saying, and you know. The ball's gonna find him. Yeah,
because last year, you know, he had the blocker kid, Landrum blocker. He had what's the other guard that was there? Tell me what his name. Wesley. Jamil Wesley. Yep. He had some other guards that were in front of him. Yep. But and he still was in the rotation. Now this year, it's gonna be him and JJ. Yeah. And, you know, and the twins and a couple other guys. But in terms of polish, he has a chance to make some noise.
Absolutely. I like your team. That's 10?
Yes, 10, baby.
That's 10. I wish I would have had an opportunity to do 10.
Hey, man, how many
but hey, tell me a little bit about the Cash Kid.
Man, he's a player. Just be ready to see a
player. Prairie Grove.
Prairie Grove. Yep.
Prairie Grove. Yep. Okay. I'm going to do some research.
And again, listen, these young boys, like even a B Cal, I love them to death. But you don't get no props this yet. You ain't done nothing.
Until you get out there and do something.
You ain't done nothing yet. You know what I'm saying? The Sprats. I love him to death. He's going to be a guy. But, man, you know, I'm going to talk about CV or Jace Tillman 5 times more, you know, that's right now. And that's no disrespect. I hope y'all get that. I hope y'all can read my genuineness.
I get it.
But, man, it's about what have you done? Because now you got to get on this floor against 17, 18, and sometimes 19-year-olds.
Well, since you got the stage, Jay, won't you just jump right into your first team?
First team. And this is in no order. I'm just giving names. First team, Jayshawn Hayes. Jayshawn Hayes transferred over to Hot Springs, Arkansas, with the cast of teammates.
One of my favorite players.
Some of these guys, man, could have been honorable mention. You know, the Jajas, and it's a couple other guys over there that have a chance to be really good. You know, and then playing with Josh, man, he's gonna get up and down the floor and play an exciting brand of basketball. Jayshawn just recently signed with UAPB. Is going to really go and have a good time with them. Talk to Solo. And they're excited about, you know, this year and then also years to come. So Jayshawn Hayes, first team, JayNReg preseason. My next guy, Cortland Muldrow.
Yeah. Surprise pick.
Surprise. Just came back from Oak Hill. I'm pretty sure Springdale Harbor welcomed him back with open arms.
Open the doors, probably threw a parade for him.
Yeah. So, man, first team, all JayNReg. No Pause podcast, man. Yeah. Listen, I love his game, love his tenacity. I think, man, probably, you know, just he's a dog, man.
He's special.
Yeah, he's special. He got, you know, you talk about the it factor. He got that. You know what I'm saying? He got some of that stuff that's just like, man, jeez.
I'm pretty sure Deffenbaugh was happy to get him back.
Man, absolutely. Yeah. What you need? You need your locker back?
Right. We got your locker and everything.
You want to change jersey? Next guy. Let's see. Kellen Robinson. Yeah. Over at Bryant. Yeah. Runners up in the 6A state championship game. I'm pretty sure they have that mark on their calendar. Right.
They got what it takes to get back, back and make it happen.
Yeah, man. With Kellen and CB and RJ, I don't think it's enough mention of this type of stuff. Is RJ Newton as well. He's a senior guard over there, man, and he's shown a lot of improvement this summer. My next guy, I said to Cortland, I said to Jayshawn, Kellen is, after that, it's going to be Isaiah Seeley. Mm-hmm. I think Isaiah Seeley is, man, I've told him this, man, and I'll say it out loud. Man, Isaiah Seeley is a pro. Yes. When he's playing and he plays at a level where he's facilitating, he's a pro. He's Magic Johnson in some areas. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Now don't confuse me. Of course, he has a lot of growing to do. But man, I 6'8" being able to handle the ball, being able to facilitate, being able to see different things. He's a really wiry, angle guy.
You know who he reminds me of?
Talk to me.
You remember Michael Carter Williams?
MCW, yeah.
He reminds me a lot of his game. Michael Carter Williams is not as tall as Sealy is.
I know,
but he has a lot of the same kind of herky-jerky type things that he does. But Michael Carter Williams was, he was a pro, and he did some really, really good things in the league. I don't know what happened with him as far as his descending in the NBA or whatever, but that's what Sealy reminds me of, that type of kid.
So I beg to differ. I don't know if it's him, and I have a little bit more of a view of MCW because, man, back years ago, man, I used to go and find big guards.
Right.
And
he was a big guard.
I'd clip big guards and show them to my kids.
Right.
And, hey, man, look, let's take this. Let's get this. Let's do that.
Right.
And so, yeah, I get you. And if you look at Jacob's game, he got some Michael Carter Williams in him because that's some of the things that I've clipped and tried to push at him.
Right.
But yeah, Isaiah, I think.
You know who I told you Jake's is.
Yeah, I got you. But we're not talking about him right now. We're talking about Isaiah. Isaiah, I don't know, man. I see Magic Johnson when he's playing, when he's on the ball.
Right.
When he's on the ball and when
he's long
in
too.
Facilitating mode, when he's trying to find guys, yeah, he's different to deal with, right?
Yeah.
So I love Isaiah Sealy's game, man. Next
that's
guy,
5.
That's 4.
I think that's 5. Yeah, that's 4. That's 4.
Cortland, Kellen, Isaiah. Next, Terrion Burgess.
Yeah.
Terrion Burgess, 6'8". I don't even know what position he is. He's a 2, 3, 4, 5.
Do it all.
Yeah, man.
Do it all.
Stretch Armstrong, right?
Yeah.
So really, got a chance to see him this summer at the Wooten camp. He was up there, and played on some really successful teams up there. Had a great role with some high major kids.
Right.
Played really well. But yeah, I think he's the guy that been this team that beat Marmel to put them out of state tournament.
Yeah.
Had a hell of a game.
Football game. It was a football game,
to say the least. A lot of stuff happened that game, but it's a part of it.
Yeah.
Wins with losses, good with the bad. And then last but not least, JJ Andrews.
Special.
Yeah, you talk about that thing, right? Like, special kid, man, special personality. You know what I'm saying? Listen, I'll give you a quick fun fact.
Right.
Fun fact story. Man, USA. Jacob got invited to USA. JJ had been there. This is his second year going, and I remember Jacob was getting in there just trying to, getting mixed and mingle with kids. Man, JJ was the kid that just snatched Jacob up. And hey, man, here's this guy. Introducing the guy. From what I'm hearing,
that's all right.
They got water balloon fights going on, and they backing each other up, and they seeking guys out. I'm talking about 4 and 5-star kids in the hotel, just having a great time. I mean, I know a lot of people talk about the possibilities of this and that and the other, and beef and all that. Man, them kids rock with each other. Yeah, them kids rock with each other. So I want to speak to that part of that kid. Man, great kid, man. Speaks every time I see him. Yes, sir. No, sir. And then on top of that, he's a hell of a basketball player.
He's a machine.
He's a hell of a basketball player. I don't know what they doing to him, but man,
they come from good stock now.
Yeah.
Come from good stock.
Yeah. He's a machine.
He's a machine.
Yep.
He's a machine.
Yep.
I love your first team. Ironically,
you got the same team because
we
you
got
bet not
team.
have somebody on there.
I mean,
because it'd be a riot.
It's really it's ironic that the way our teams worked out, that when we get to the first team, it's the exact same team. Mm-hmm. And I really do think that the last few classes in the state of Arkansas basically have worked out this way. It's so much talent in the state.
Yep.
But it would be hard to argue with anybody. Yep. You're not going to even have an argument that these 6 kids aren't the best 6 kids in the state of Arkansas.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? You're just not going to have a whole bunch of argument with that. Mm-hmm. You start with Terrion Burgess, probably a three-time All-State guy. Started out at Marion. Has been the last 2 seasons. This will be 3rd season. This will be his 3rd season at Benton. They played in the state championship game last year. I would call him Huh?
They got beat by Pine Bluff.
They got beat by Pine Bluff in the championship game.
It wasn't the championship game, was it?
It was the championship game. I had the game.
No, Pine Bluff had Springdale.
I was in the game, Jason.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Springdale 6-8. I'm sure.
Yeah, Springdale 6-8. Trust me. Pine Bluff beat
I was
Benton.
in the game, Jason.
Pine Bluff beat Benton in the championship game.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But Burgess, again, they got a chance to go back.
Yeah.
Because with the talent that they have. And he's gonna be a key to that. You know what I'm saying? 6'8", 6'9", combo forward, and hit the three and get downhill. Finishes, you know what I'm saying? Finishes above the rim.
High.
Finishes high above the rim. You know what I'm saying? High major talent. One of the best players in the state. Cortland Mordrew. Him coming back to Arkansas, even though would have liked to seen him, compete on that national level, but him coming back to Arkansas is a benefit for the state. Yeah. Because we get an opportunity to see it for however many games they play, so forth and so on. So we get that opportunity. When I say we, the state of Arkansas gets that opportunity to see him. So, I mean, absolute dog. Washington commit, you know what I'm saying? So he already pretty much done locked up, you know what I'm saying, going to Washington and that sort of thing. Kellen Robinson, just an absolute dog again. I think we talked about this on the show. Wouldn't it be a treat to see Kellen Robinson and Cortland Mordrew play one-on-one?
It probably ended up being a fight.
You did. It probably ended up being a fight. No. I would love to see a 1-versus-1 with those two kids. Yeah. And just let them just get out.
Yeah, and
you know what I'm saying?
We saying that in joking.
Yeah, in jest. We're saying that in jest. And you never know. That may end up being a state championship or state semifinal game, so forth and so down the line, so forth and so on.
I don't know now. Listen, you better not be on Springdale side.
Yeah, that's gonna be tough.
You better not be on Springdale side. That's gonna be tough. Yeah, it's gonna be tough. Yeah.
Springdale or Bryant side.
Well, then there you go. So you know what I'm saying, but you can't be on Springdale side and want to get to that championship game.
Kellen Robinson, absolute dog, scoring machine, get after it on defense, gets downhill with the best of them, can hit the three, can do a little bit of everything. Yeah. Can do a little bit of everything. Yeah. One of my favorite players, I've been saying it for forever, is Jayshawn Hayes. Gonna be donning a new uniform at Hot Springs, and Hot Springs has put together some talent with him.
Shout out Josh,
LeBron Christian, the Hartwell kid transferred back from Mills.
What's up, Ja?
Yeah. Hartwell kid transferred back from Mills. So Hot Springs gonna have a chance. Yeah. The kid from Benton transferred back to Hot Springs. Those are Hot Springs kids. Mm-hmm. So they're back at home playing with Coach.
Putting on for the Spot City.
Exactly, putting on for the Spot City. But Jay is 6'7", combo forward, combo guard, can do it all, guard, get downhill, hit the mid-range, really has an offensive repertoire that, if you just want to go and just see some pure basketball, just go watch him play. Yeah. Go watch him play. Been coached by his dad, and they really get after it. Isaiah Seeley, we talked, you talked at length about him. I love his game. Like I say, I compare him. My comparison is a Michael Carter-Williams type player. And then J.J. Andrews. J.J. Andrews, in my opinion, is an absolute machine. When you look at him, you've obviously seen he's in the gym. He's taking care of his body. Yep. And that's one of the things that, in my opinion, that sets J.J. above some other kids. That makes you understand why he's a national type recruit. Mm-hmm. Because if you look at his body, you look at the leanness of his body, and again, a lot of that is genetics or whatever, but you can be genetically and then not take care of your body.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? But if you look at that kid is ripped. He's a legit 6'6", and he's an absolute machine. Long arms, can get downhill, can hit the three, and it's going to be interesting to see how he takes his role to the next level and uses his teammates, because he's going to, like you said, he's going to run into some junk defenses and some other things, and it'll be interesting to see how they, because they're moving up to 5A. Yep. They're moving up to 5A.
5A is strong. I'm going to be honest, I think 5A is probably the best.
That's real.
Right?
That's real.
Head to toe. Like, I know they got some teams.
Absolutely.
But, man, 5A, head to toe,
Going to Catholic on a Tuesday night.
You get smacked.
And think you're going to get an easy win. You get smacked. You won't get smacked.
Have Catholic come to your place.
Yeah, you get smacked.
You get smacked.
But that's my first team. Terrion Burgess. Again, we got the same first team. Yeah. Terrion Burgess, Cortland Mordrew, Kellen Robinson, Ja'Shawn Hayes, J.J. Andrews, and Isaiah Sealy. And you really can't go wrong with those 6. And I say that those going to be the top 6 players in the state.
Yeah, yeah. And mine isn't necessarily a ranking 1 through 15, 1 through 24, whatever
Right.
it may be. I'm just looking at the top kids and just putting them in tiers. I think that 6 is probably our top tier brass of Arkansas basketball.
So, Jason, one of our last tasks that you tasked us to do, because if we're going to blame anybody, this JayNReg preseason, all preseason team, Jason was the one that was the head of it. No, I'm just joking. I'm just joking.
I thought you were going to say I'm the one to blame.
No.
Yeah, blame me. Yeah.
We talked about it in our pre-production on how we was going to go about constructing our teams and that sort of thing. In our pre-production. You're looking at the production team. But in our pre-production on how we were going to go about the teams. And this is what we came up with. But we did say we were going to pick our JayNReg. And again, this is preseason.
Yeah, no doubt.
It could change.
No doubt.
Based upon what you do in the season. It's going to change. Yeah. It's going to change. Yep. It's our preseason player of the year.
Okay. I'm listening.
I'm going to go with J.J. Andrews. I'm going to go with J.J. Andrews simply because, in my opinion, he's the best player in the state, in my opinion. And even with I'm looking at the challenge of Little Rock Christian moving up to 5A and the challenge of the junk defenses and that sort of thing. And I'm really looking forward to seeing how he handles that. And I feel like he can handle it. And I just feel like he's gonna be my guy as my JayNReg preseason player of the year. I'll take the flack, but that's what I'm going with. Yep.
Mine's a little bit more detailed than that, Reg. I'll give you this. I had 3 guys that I think are up for player of the year.
See, you done did some preparation.
Huh?
You done went and did some preparation.
I have done some preparation. Yeah, man. Nah, for real. Because it's more than just a name. It's more than just a face. It's more than just that. A lot of things got to go in your favor, right? One of my guys that I picked as possible preseason, I have a guy. I'm going to give you my guy, but I have 3 guys that I think are in the running for it.
Okay.
My first guy is Isaiah Sealy. Now, I think Springdale is going to be really damn good. Really good.
Real good.
I think they'll have a chance to be holding up the trophy in Hot Springs. Now, but that comes at a cost when you're a really good player and playing with other really good players. Jackson Conley is going to take a lot of attention.
Yeah.
DJ Hudson is going to take a lot of attention. They got other guys on their team that can
got a couple shooters
and score the ball.
Yep.
And so now you don't need Isaiah to score 25.
Yeah.
He can have a 16, a 14 with 8 rebounds, 7 assists, and still be the best player. But now, does the committee say that that's the best player, or are they looking solely at numbers? Right. So that's one of the players. Isaiah Sealy, I think he's in the top 3 for JayNReg preseason player of the year. My next guy, Cortland Muldrow.
Yeah.
Has a chance to be with his flair, with his tenacity, with what he is, and how hard he goes. He has a chance to be really good. Now, they've added some transfers in. The Marmar kid is going to take steps.
Will Cortland be able to play the whole season, or is he going to be at the semester? I don't know. I'm asking.
I don't know that. I didn't know that would be an issue. I mean, if he came back in time, if he had that school as a school choice, then under AAA rules, from what I understand, he's eligible to play.
So he'll be playing first semester.
To my understanding.
Okay.
To my understanding.
I don't know. That's why I'm asking.
Yeah, to my understanding. Okay. Now again, when he officially made his transition back, all we know is what showed up on social media.
Right. He's back.
Yeah. All we know is what showed up on social media, and I'm pretty sure that you wouldn't transfer in and lose a semester.
Right.
I'm pretty sure that's not the case. Right now, do I have any proof, or have I talked about it? No, I hadn't. But I don't think you come back and burn a semester.
AG, let us know.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we know the answer already because he's dealing with some people that know what they're doing.
That's real.
So I think Cortland has a chance to be really, really good this year, possibly preseason player of the year, possibly player of the year. And my next guy is J.J. Andrews. I agree with what you said. I think all in all, toe-to-toe, overall game, he's the best player in the state of Arkansas, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Now, he lost a lot last year.
He's
going to deal with a lot of gimmick defenses. We don't know. I don't know how he's going to deal with that, how he's going to be able to score the ball, how he's going to be able to facilitate with two guys hanging off of you, with guys fouling the hell out of you, with guys, you can't cross half court without a guy smelling your breath. Right, so those things are yet to be determined, and then also too, they have
coaching goes into that as well.
That's why I was just going. They have a brand new coach.
Got a brand new coach,
right? You have a brand new coach that has to get his feet wet in terms of some of that stuff,
right?
And then also too, they're going up to the 5A. So is it
big step 5A Central?
Is it going to translate to wins at that high level? Right, that's where the KDs, that's where the Twins. That's where some of those guys have to really step up and help them out in situations where you can't play some of those gimmick defenses. And so, JJ might get the numbers, but is that going to translate to the wins? Right? So it depends upon what the voters are looking for. Is it wins? Is it numbers? Is it names?
That's real.
Right?
Because, they may not get the wins, but if he averages 27, how do you say he's not the player of the year?
Respect. But there's going to be a guy in 4A that's going to average 27, but you know what I'm saying? So, but all that being said, my JayNReg preseason player of the year.
Okay.
J.J. Andrews.
Yeah, I like it.
J.J. Andrews.
See, and the thing about it, we go back and forth about different things, but sometimes the wavelengths kind of meet up and we be on the same page. And we end up on the same page.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And the thing about it,
pre-production,
a little bit of the pre-production.
Yeah.
The thing about it, we've seen these kids, and it's not a knock on any of them.
Yeah.
Because we've seen them in action.
Yeah.
We know what they can do. We know what they can do. Now, of course, we're not in practice, and we're not, we're not watching every single game or whatever. But when we've seen them in the heat of battle, you're going to see this guy against this guy, so forth and so on. And you can make an honest opinion on who you feel like may be the better player or may be the best player.
Yeah.
And in my opinion, and obviously in your opinion as well, JJ's that guy.
Yeah, and then the bias factor, right? You try to come on these platforms and have a serious conversation without bias, right?
Right.
A lot of these kids, you mentioned, didn't he play for you? Yeah, man. 60% of these kids play for me,
right,
with the flight organization,
right.
The three, about 60% of these kids played for my organization back in the day. But I have to be non-biased, not to be realistic, right? Because this is a real game, and these kids are really putting in work, right? So no, I appreciate the fact that we get a voice. Appreciate you guys for watching on our platform. We ask you to subscribe. We're gonna start asking for y'all to do that more, like and subscribe. But we take this very, very seriously. And of course, there's gonna be somebody we're gonna miss.
Like Amari Neal.
Like I'll take that one. I'm gonna own that one because that kid there, he's probably second or third team on mine for sure. Yeah. He's a dog, man. That we've had some conversations. Yeah. And so
I'm gonna have to give you your props on the Darion Gray that you caught that.
Yeah, come on. I thought
that would be because he's a fly under the radar type player, but he's really really a good player.
Yeah.
And he deserves to be on this list.
He does deserve.
You know what I'm saying? And I reached out to Coach Billy Dixon because I didn't want to mess his name up. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I want to make sure I got his name right, and I didn't want to mess his name up.
I'm a mess kid's name, so you guys just forgive me. I'm bad. I'm bad. I'll not say your name because I don't not say it right, so forgive me. But
I didn't want to mess his name. I wanted to make sure I got his name right, so forth and so on. But like I say, we've seen the kid. We've seen the kid since back when you were doing your leagues and Rising Stars was coming up.
We used to come through smack Jake Barnett and all those guys at Pine Bluff. I know y'all still don't like me at Pine Bluff, but that's fine though. Nah, respect. I got love for PB. All my people.
So Jay, we went over our first, our second, our third team, our honorable mention, our underclassmen. This was a really, really fun experience. Any parting words, anything you want to share, anything you want to talk about that we may have not covered?
Nah. We'll see y'all next time.
Yeah. Peace.